Guys, Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group, and on September 19th. Today's date's actually 9/1/9/19. But today was a really slow day in the market. It was weird. We hit new all-time intraday highs on the SPY, but it was a really slow day, and it really, at least for me, I don't know about for you guys, at least for me, it felt like this day just dragged on forever. I finished the day red. Just one trade for me though. I tried to get a little bit more out of this ROKU short to the downside. Yesterday, if you saw my video, had a real big day yesterday, short ROKU, and today I thought if we couldn't get back above a specific area that we maybe had a little bit more room to the downside. Maybe there was still some momentum left in the selling pressure from yesterday. So I went after a short on that. I ended up cutting that loss pretty quick. And I'm going to go over that trade with you because the lesson I want you to take from that trade is, well, first I want you to understand why I decided to short it again, what I was looking at, what setup that it is that I saw. But then more importantly, I want you guys to take away the quickness in which I cut that loss when I realized that I was wrong, because it's important that as far as discipline goes and minimizing your losses, that you cut your losses quickly when you realize that you're wrong. Don't be stubborn with it. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Get out of there. You don't want to hang around and see what happens. Be quick to exit when you realize that you're wrong. And I realized that I was wrong on the trade, and I had to cut that trade early or quickly and realize the loss. And I'm happy that I did, because the stock ended up going much further in the opposite direction. So the loss would have been a lot worse than it was. So that's what I want you to take away from that trade. And then there was a really good trade today that Jason, one of the other moderators on TTG, a really good trade that he made today on EROS, EROS. Real big move today. Really good, had a great news catalyst today, and you got some really good follow through and extension on EROS, and that was a really good setup that I want to show you. Even though I didn't trade it, it's still a good setup. I still want to break it down. I still want to show it to you guys. So I want you to learn. Like I said, these videos aren't just, hey, look what I did today. It's I want you guys to take lessons and learn from every single one of these videos and every single day, because even if there's a day that goes by that you don't make a trade, there's still something you can learn from it. You got to always remember you're forever going to be a student of the market. I've been doing this almost 15 years, guys, and I learn something every day. Okay, so if I'm learning something every day, so should you. So let's get to the charts, and we'll talk about ROKU here first. So ROKU, I had a monster slam dunk home run short yesterday. If you guys didn't see my video yesterday, please go back and watch it. I shorted this thing yesterday right there, and my final cover was right there. Okay, so that was my trade yesterday on ROKU. If you missed that video, go check it out. Now, coming into today, we were gapping down slightly. Okay, I thought to myself, we can't get back above this area. Okay, we can't get back above this area right here. Okay, that I thought we had a chance to roll over and actually get down maybe towards like 120. Okay, so right off the gap down, let's zoom this in now. Right off the gap down, we went red to green very quickly. And I thought to myself, okay, you know what? On that red to green move, let me take a step back from this. That was a strong open. Let me take a step back. I'm not going to look to short this thing now. But then as soon as we got up there, we got a strong rejection candle. Look at that strong rejection candle at that area. And then I said to myself, look at this. Okay, this is kind of that area from yesterday. Here you can see support yesterday. Okay, we broke below it, and then it became resistance later in the day. Okay, so this is that area. So then I'm saying to myself, wow, okay, we just got rejected real hard at this level, and this is that level that I had eyes on. Okay, so here you guys can see this level pretty clear. So now as I zoom this back in, there it is again. We got rejected at that level, and I said, okay, that resistance is still intact. Then we came up here again. We tried to get through that level again, and another strong rejection candle. I'm saying, wow, okay, this resistance is still intact. This resistance is still here. Okay, and I read that maybe this is a double top, and I went ahead and I got short right there. Okay, right there is where I got short Roku. I take you guys to my trade announcements. That's it. 2 alerts, 1 in, 1 out. That's all I did today, guys. So you can see short Roku at 129.48. Okay, at 9.50. There I am, short right there. And I'm reading this thinking after the double top rejection that we should get down to the low of the day. Okay, and I thought we were going to get down to the low of the day. Maybe we were going to, try to sit here for a couple of minutes at the low of the day, kind of sit here for a little bit, and then I thought, that Roku had a chance to actually continue lower. And that's what I thought was going to happen. That's why I went in there and I shorted the stock right there. But you can see we held up here, put in a high low, rallied it right back up, and then pushed through that level. As soon as we pushed up through this level, right there, guys, is where I exited this position and take it back to my trade now. As you can see, covered Roku at 131.48, so I lost $2 a share, and I quickly exited this position. The other thing that we start to see here now, hindsight, you start to see there was a little bit of a wedge pattern that kind of got put in here. Okay, a little bit of a wedge here, and you can see once we broke up and out of that wedge, I covered that position. And then the lesson to take from this is I want you to understand my analysis on the entry, why I was looking to do what I did, but then also, the quickness of exiting that position, not waiting around to see what happens. Otherwise, I could have been covering this thing up here, or even worse, all the way up here, and it, could have been a very different day. So recognizing when you're wrong early and cutting your losses quickly. Okay, that's the lesson to take from that trade. EROS, this was the big small cap mover today. Real low volatility, but excellent follow through. Okay, real low volatility, but excellent follow through. Jason caught this trade, one of our moderators in chat, and I want to walk through the setup with you. Okay, what we have here is a wedge pattern coupled with a trade line VWAP crossover. I'm going to break it down. First, let's draw out the wedge. Okay, here's your wedge pattern. Okay, clean. It's a real clean wedge. There's your wedge. Okay, very, very clean wedge. Then what you notice here is this yellow line on my screen, the trade line, starts to act as an area of support, and it lines up perfectly with the bottom end of this wedge. So the support line of the wedge lines up now with the trade line to give you that support area. Then right here, you see you get a trade line VWAP crossover, and that ignites a move through out of the wedge and then through the high of the day. Okay, I want you to notice 2 things. I've made videos about this previously. When you're talking about a trade line VWAP crossover, understand it is a trigger catalyst. Okay, it's a breakout catalyst. So there's 2 things you want to look for when you get a trade line VWAP crossover. Shortly after you get that crossover, you want to see a big move in share price and an increase in volume. That's your confirmation that that crossover pattern is significant. It's having a great effect on the stock. That's what you want to look for. So once you got that trade line VWAP crossover, bang, you break up and out of the wedge pattern. You put in a new high of the day. Okay, so you got a big move in share price. That's check number 1. And check number 2, you got a strong increase in volume. Okay, and then you can see that led to some really good follow through and continuation later in the day. Okay, but I just wanted to point out to you guys that setup with the wedge and the crossover, and then also make sure that you are you recognize those 2 checkpoints when you're looking for that trade line VWAP crossover. You got it perfectly in EROS, and that was a really nice setup. All right, so that's it, guys. Tomorrow is Friday. We're gonna look to finish the week off strong. I'll see you guys all in chat. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification button with your mouse, and if you have not done so yet, follow me on Twitter, guys, at MikeEdward_TTG. I'm always posting some cool stuff on there throughout the trading day. I'll see you guys in chat. Take care.